would you mind if you come back again? Would
Okay.
you might have turned off kasi everyone's saying we couldn't see you on the screen. So could you like to parang leave tapos and then come back again just for us to see what's sayang kasi ang ganda mo. Guys, she's wearing
She looks like Esmeralda.
she looks like Cleopatra in her outfit today. It will be such a shame if we won't be able to see it. So
Yeah.
we're trying our best to get her back on screen. So Skelly, leave ka muna before leave
Okay.
tapos balik ka agad para lang baka try natin.
Okay, I'm gonna leave now.
Guapa
Yeah.
Exit
Ang guwap.
Oy, guwapa kasi
Yeah.
Nikita.
Parehas na tao.
First time-
Magkaliwat na tandoha.
Naupi na si Ada.
First no, it's
Anyway,
okay.
we'll try.
Yeah, parang for the benefit of our viewers, so we are waiting for Skelly to come back. Tell us yung background nyo. Paano kayo naging African American? Is it because if you're an African American dad? Yeah, or ibang nationalities? Kunyari, Nigerian, Filipino-Nigerian, Filipinian ganyan. So, yeah.
Daming possible mix.
Oo. Hindi din natin alam, no, na may mga ano
Oo.
din. Oo. Actually,
So,
ako, I'm half Filipina and half Cebuana and half Black American. And my dad who is the Black American and my mom is a Cebuana naman.
Same. For me, my mom is from Davao, so Bisaya. And then my dad is African American, but I think he has Irish descent. Just because my dad is a little light skinned and then he has gray eyes. So I think my dad is also mixed.
So were you born and raised here in the Philippines or abroad?
Me, I was born in Hawaii. I lived there for a few years, and then my mom took me to the Philippines when I was 2 years old, and then I grew up with my lola and lolo. Tapos yun na nga, forever na ako tumira sa Pilipinas, like 18 years. Oh my God. Ang tagal.
Okay. So wait, you were born and raised in Hawaii, pero you moved to the Philippines afterwards.
Yeah, so I lived in Hawaii for 2 years, and then I moved to the Philippines. Tapos I think since I was like 3 years old, 2 or 3 years old when I lived in Davao. And then since then, nasa Davao na ako forever. And then I lived in Manila for 3 years when I was modeling, then back to the States.
I see. Ikaw naman, April.
Me, I was raised and born in Cebu. Cebu lang.
All your life.
Oo, I've never been to my dad's place. So, yon. Sana soon makakapunta ako. Which is in Atlanta, Georgia. Yung last year na Miss Universe.
Sayang.
Sayang talaga.
Dapat last year ka sumali ng Miss Universe. Sayang. Ang ganda doon, diba? Ang ganda sana Apriel Smith returns to her to her father's homeland, diba? Ang gandang narrative yon, diba? Talaga. Pero have you guys, I hope you don't mind me asking, pero close naman kayo sa dad nyo even until now, or do you have a close relationship with your respective dads?
Happy Father's Day muna sa lahat ng daddies out there.
Ay, oo nga pala, yeah. Happy Father's Day, everyone.
Yeah, so happy Father's Day. And for me, yes, close na close kami ng dad ko. Actually, ako lang yung I'm the only girl in the family and I'm the youngest. And he named me after his birth month, which is April. So, yun. But my birthday, it's not on April, it's on October. So, anyway, yun, close na close kami. Actually, sa lahat ng magkakapatid sa amin is ako lang yung naging kagaya sa kanya that is very sports enthusiast. So yun, he taught me how to play basketball when I was 12. So yun, nagiging sporty na din. And that's why my advocacy for now is yung sports because it's close to my heart and I dedicate it to my dad also. And yun, so by the yun, my dad is already passed away naman when I was 12. Oo.
Ooh.
I'm sorry.
Pero ikaw lang yung anak ng mom mo tsaka ng African American, or do you have siblings then, April?
Yeah, we're 4. I'm the youngest and I'm the only girl.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. 3 boys, Lord. Hago.
Balit, na kami, 2 girls because I have a transgender sister.
Oh, yeah!
Di ko alam yun! Oh my God!
Bongga!
2 girls na kami and 2 boys.
Oo nga eh. Pero how was it like growing up mixed here there in Cebu, here in Manila, or wherever sa Hawaii?
Well, for me, I grew up in Davao. So when gosh, this is a long time ago. For me, growing up in Davao was really challenging because I wasn't, I was the only Black girl in the province. So they didn't know how to, like, I guess, accommodate. So parang hindi nila alam paano nila ako kakausapin, or parang mag-English ba tayo, or marunong ba siya mag-Bisaya, or marunong ba siya mag-Tagalog or something. Maiintindihan niya ba tayo? Parang culture shock sila kasi parang bakit may biglang kulot at maitim sa village namin? Parang ako lang yung naiiba. So medyo nalito sila kung paano nila ako kakausapin, or kung makakausap man nila ako. But I experienced a lot of bullying personally because of my skin tone and my race. The standard of beauty in the Philippines is very different, very westernized, where like mestiza is their standard of beauty. Straight hair, fair skin. Obviously, I'm the opposite, morena, kulot. Then I was pretty tall too, so people were just like, interesting. So yeah, it was challenging just because I experienced a lot of hardships, and then it's not really helpful that my family was also having a hard time dealing with it because it's their first time having a biracial kid growing up at home, because all my cousins in the Philippines are Filipinos and I'm the only one that physically looks different. So parang kahit sila hindi nila alam paano nila, how they're gonna deal with like bullies, or like when I get called in the principal's office and stuff like that. Yeah, so that's that.
Pero you guys have had normal childhood naman. Hindi naman yung na parang masalimuot na parang...
I guess if you go to the principal's office every day, that's normal for me. That's my normal. Okay. So.
Hirap, no? Ang hirap talaga.
Yeah.
Ang hirap talaga. There has been a long history of violence against Black people or African Americans or people of color, but only it is now that Black Lives Matter movement is getting a huge amount of attention thanks to social media. So do you think mas pronounced ba ang ganitong, mas blessing in disguise ba that social media has somehow magnified the whole issue?
Yes, for me naman, actually in social media, there are disadvantages and advantages. So when it comes to this, I think it's more advantage, but we want to spread more not fake news. So yun, dapat lang ingatan natin kung ano din hinahanap natin sa social media. And yes, we need to thank social media as well. And lalo na ngayon that we are in GCQ or ECQ or lockdown in this pandemic. So I think the people are more tentative sa social medias nila. And the current use sa lahat.
Okay. Nikita, before you answer, okay, let's welcome back. Oh, nawala na naman siya.
Lulubog, Lilitaw, Skelly Florida.
Skelly! Nawala. Okay, so
Sorry.
she'll try to come back again. She'll try to come back again.
Ay, no.
Okay, as you were saying, April. Oh, ito. Teka, wait. Nandito na si... Ayan, there she go. There she is again. Hi, Skelly. Skelly? Hello?
Hello.
Skelly? Hi. She's not, no.
Can you hear
she's
me?
Not... Yeah, I can hear you, but we couldn't see you on screen. I don't know why. We can hear you. We can hear you. Oh, yeah. Oh, hi, Skelly. Look at Skelly, oh. Tinalbugan tayong lahat. Skelly? Skelly? Hi. Yeah. Can you hear us now, loud and clear?
Loud and clear.
Yeah. Okay. So we were discussing about the history of violence against Black communities ever since. Do you think social media has magnified this topic? That's why it's getting so much attention now. Oh God, no, wala ulit. Okay, sige. Let's just continue having this discussion, and then I'll just get Skelly to pop in and out more. Okay. Okay, as you were saying, April.
Right now.
Sumasagot ba si Skelly?
May narinig ako na putol-putol eh.
Oo, baka sumasagot siya.
Pero nawala na naman.
Nawala. Wait,
Ang hirap talaga siguro ng signal sa Miliran.
Pero nagla-live siya eh. Pero bakit parang walang problema sa live? Nakahapon, nag-live siya sa ibang Skelly?
Sayang outfit ni sis.
Oo nga.
Good maya kayo yahang hair.
Okay, as you were saying, okay. So take 2 ba tayo? Ito na ulit.
This definitely takes off the pressure. I don't feel now, Ty.
We really want to get
tuned.
Skelly.
Sorry.
Skelly. Skelly.
I'm here.
Yeah, okay. Sige, let's yeah, we can hear you bit by bit, but it's okay. We can manage with that. But you can hear us loud and clear.
I can. I'm really sure.
What? You're not sure? Hello? Skelly? What? Sorry. Skelly, what? Sorry.
I can hear.
Okay, you can hear us. You can hear us. Hello? Skelly?
I can hear naman, Adam.
Yeah. Okay. So we were discussing about the history of violence committed against Black people. Kasi nga dahil sa ginagawa ng social media, sa pagbigay ng attention about it. Ano ang masasabi mo tungkol doon?
Social media is a big platform at kaya naman yung mga nagaganap dito sa atin. Especially that kaya naman this as we are updated on what's happening in the world. And the positive. And yung naman doon, so, I think we should be aware on what to be in the articles na kung capable pa ito ng mga totoong mga news. Hindi tayo maniwala kung ano na naman eliminate it and it can pressure din tao.
Okay. Dahil nga sa nangyayaring ito, Nikita, how should our activism change this year to show solidarity and support to this movement?
I think the first step to properly be part of this movement is to educate ourselves with the right information, reading the right, not only articles, but finding the right educational information online. Like the Black Lives Matter Foundation website would give you the exact information why they're doing this, the history of the Black Lives Matter movement, slavery. I myself have been sharing as much information as I can in my social media pages of like articles that you could read or essays and the complete history of the Black Lives Matter movement, slavery. Netflix has a bunch of documentaries that showcase, Black Lives collection. For this year, I think apart from educating ourselves, what we can also do is having an open mind. When people ask me why they should care about the Black Lives Matter movement, it's not only about Black people, it's also about people of color and everyone. Black Lives Matter movement paved the way for other people of color to have a community in the United States. And also, I feel like if we have that respect and open mind, then we could slowly tackle this issue and hopefully we get to just like end this problem and we could all move on. Because there are a lot more other issues to think about other than this.
What about you, Apriel?
So social media is a powerful tool, and it is essential about Black people and their background, including achievers, history of abuses, and one way is to promote awareness that Black people are not a threat to society, but simply prompted to react as a result of many years of neglect and abuses. You can help push for more changes, but the best way is via education, by showing stories and videos how Black people have contributed to society despite so much injustices. You can't face the change, but can help create more awareness. And, misconceptions may need to step aside for facts to avoid further racial discrimination, and the fact finding of and sharing the real stories need to be spread as well.
Nosebleed si Mars.
So yun, let's use our platform talaga.
Yeah, that's true. I agree. Use our platform wisely.
So anong masasabi nyo sa performative allyship na nangyayari about it? Na parang, okay, many people are aware. Many people are aware about this issue. Many people are aware about this issue. But they acknowledge the problem, but they do not seem to do something drastic or significant about it. Parang lip service lang, 'di ba? Parang do you think they are just people are just professing support because of a lot of pressure. A lot of them are reminding them to be silent than to be more complicit with their actions.
I think it is a sad reality that many people are turning tables to appear they truly are an ally. However, I am open to the possibilities that what happened these days open their eyes and doors to reality that every single race and lives matters. That could have been better if they have seen it beforehand. But it's still good to know that people are now seeing the importance of understanding diversity.
I agree.
Oo, kasi alam mo yun, why do I say this? Because katulad yan, I don't know if you've been reading a lot of articles about it. Anna Wintour, the US Vogue magazine editor-in-chief, has apologized for how she has conducted herself in terms of this issue when it comes to running her company. In-acknowledge niya na hindi naman sa hindi naman sa anti-black siya, pero she prefers to work with, from the way I see it, she prefers to work with people who are fairly skilled when it comes to hiring photographers, stylists, or even yung mga topics na fini-feature sa Vogue magazine. And even yung Starbucks sa US. Parang I heard there's even an internal memo na parang, I don't know kung napelta na to
They
ng
can't wear
Starbucks na
anything that is about Black Lives Matter.
yeah, pero they retracted their statement about it. So this is where I am coming from. So alam mo yun, katulad si Starbucks ba nape-pressure na okay, since parang we're a huge company, we need to be socially responsible about this topic. That's why they retracted their statement. So paano ba natin talaga masosolve yung ganitong problem na alam mo yun, yung parang ano nga lang tayo passive lang
Passive
tayo when it
aggressive.
comes to this topic. Pero pagdating sa, when we really let our guards down, we are not really doing anything about it. That's why this problem persists. So paano ba natin maanuhan yan, masusolusyonan?
I mean, for me, I think the way I see it is that a lot of people are overwhelmed about the issue because they know this has been going on. They're just afraid to voice out because one, they're not sure how the media will process it. They're not sure how society is going to take it, if they're going to be on their side or not. How I understand it personally is that some companies or even individuals who try to support it to get empathy from other people, they're playing the safe card. We're like, this may be good for me. This may be good for our company. So let's try to have a say about this issue. So you can't fully know the complete intention of the individual or the company. From what I can see, others are just supporting to gain more support from other people as well to stay relevant, pretty much. But it's I mean, for me, even if they try to doing that just to stay relevant, at least in a way they are voicing out and they're forcing other places as well to be, inclusive and just deal with the situation right now. So we really have to be careful about it too. But for me, it doesn't really matter if Starbucks is supporting it or if a small corporation or big corporation is doing their part in supporting the Black Lives Matter movement. What is important is that the individual person wants to do it genuinely. Because if someone is just doing it for the fact that they're doing it, then we're not doing any change. It's just like saying, oh, I'm going to go to the gym tomorrow. But in reality, you did go to the gym, but you're not doing anything. So as long as there's no proper action towards it, then the message is useless.
I agree.
They really have to do something. They really have to do something very concrete, drastic steps to address the issue. Hindi lang talaga lip service, no? So probably, perhaps they could hire more people of color, employees. So
yeah, that's one
they
step,
could be
I guess.
Yeah, and also ano din, support businesses from the who are black owned the business, parang ganon. So.
Yeah, that's true. Target actually has a good I'm not campaigning for Target, but like Target
policy.
is good in terms of like diversity. You know, they have a lot of black owned companies in their on their shelves. And they even have commercials about it, which is really great. So they're really pushing for it. They're not hiding it. And they've been doing this for a long time. This is not just like happening now. This has been going on for like a few years already. And even if you see their ads, they're advocating for like not only black people, but like in general, diversity in age and looks, even physical ability. So they're very open in that sense, which is pretty amazing.
Companies are also like great elements, and they create big impacts, especially now in the BLM movement and what's happening in the US.
Yeah, true. I wish more companies would really address this issue by, hiring more people of belonging to the minority. Be more sensitive about it para they won't be accused of anything, no? You think?
Yeah.
Okay. So dito tayo sa Southeast Asia setting muna kasi we all live here in the Philippines. Kasi dito sa Pilipinas lalo na, 'di ba? Every time we talk about it, black culture, we just accept it as it is. Yung slang, we even copy them from the way we look at them, see at them on TV, billboards, 'di ba? Even on a lot of social media platforms. So, do you think whenever we see or hear things about racism, pag kunyari inaapi sila, parang we just take it as it is. Alam mo yon, parang passive rin tayo dito sa Pilipinas eh. Parang we're not doing anything. So how do you think we could also do something here in the Philippines to take real action and not just become, a bystander when it comes to talking about this issue?
I think we certainly are also influenced by a black culture, whether it's fashion, slang, music, or food. We have a lot in common. The issue, I think, is people tend to look away about certain issues if it doesn't affect them personally. But it doesn't mean that's just there. I think we just need to be start to be kind and empathetic towards each other and not discriminate a person based on how they look like or their origin, and have an understanding.
Ay, naputo si April.
Oh, naputo si April. Okay, I think she'll try to get back. Okay, who wants to add more to what she said?
I agree naman with April na we tend to have our own like fashion, like we have a fashion same like them. And I think that's not a bad thing kasi like pwede naman din natin i-apply to ourselves. Like Filipinos, we like nakikisabay tayo eh, and sometimes we parang pinagsasama natin yung fashion like Filipino and American one into like a same clothes, ganon. And I think that's a good thing naman na since it's 2020 ngayon, we tend to share it to the people na kaya natin makisabay all around the world. If you're Filipinos, we're diverse naman.
Of course, Nikita lives in the US. Tayo dito sa Pilipinas. Pero do you think, okay, she's back.
Ba't nawala?
Yeah, hi again. Sorry, nawala. Yeah, as I was saying, Nikita lives in the US, lahat tayo dito sa Pilipinas. So do you think companies should the bosses of these companies, of majority of our companies all over the world, should, hire more people from different backgrounds and diverse cultures para hindi sila ma-accuse na, alam mo yun, ma-accuse na not to offend any race. And sometimes may mga nakakalusot na ads pa rin and articles tapos nagiging offensive pala. So, tapos yung pala gagawa sila ng excuse tapos na unaware pala sila. So, do you think it's something that companies should also look into rin for further reference?
I genuinely think that even if companies should have a diverse team, and this is for me, even if they should have a diverse team, I don't want to put them in a spot where they're just forced to add someone of color. Because a lot of companies in the States are known for this, that they have a quota, that they need to have a certain amount of number of brown people. They need to have more African American, or they need to have more Central Americans or Europeans. So out here in the States, by law, every company has a quote number of people that should be met that is non-American or a person of color. I think in the Philippines, if we try to push for that, it's going to be hard because they're not used to, the culture itself is different. And then language barriers would be there. It would be nice to have someone of color coming from a different culture, coming from different places, but it would be better if they genuinely see the person's potential and talent, not just because, oh, let's just hire her because she's a person of color and we need one and we need diversity in the company. If you as a person or as a boss doesn't believe that this person has the potential to do the job, right, then I do not push for it, because also at the end you want peace and prosperity in your company. You just don't want to hire someone just for the sake of having diversity. So that's how I see it. You also have to think of overall if this person would be, good for your company and influential as well in terms of logistics and being productive in terms of the job description.
What about you girls? Anything to add?
I totally agree about Nikita.
Okay, Skelly?
Yung parang hindi lang ifo-force, diba? Yung kusang loob talaga.
Mahirap kasi pag pinipilit eh.
Oo, tas yun, parang nagiging plastic, kumbaga.
Na-experience ko yan eh. When they just hired me because they needed someone of color, and I work with so many not like me, people not, different people. So parang awkward pumasok araw-araw kasi talaga ba? Token black girl? Thanks guys, I appreciate the job, pero parang hindi naman ako welcome dito.
So,
yung parang, ano to? Nakulangan kayo sa sun exposure? Nagugulat kayo na may negwa sa coffee? Totoo ba? Ngayon lang kayo nakakita ng itim? Talaga ba? So, so parang ganun. Kaya nga sabi ko, kailangan, gusto talaga, na parang when you see the person's resume, you're like, oh, you're perfect for the job. I think I have something even better for you. Not just someone, let's just hire her because, bahala na.
Parang na lang.
Ganun.
Ano yung pakape? Ano yung Tagalog? Ano yung Tagalog doon? Oh my God.
Pasalubong babesh.
Oo, parang extra lang. Ganun.
Parang ganon, yes. Masabi lang na merong person of color sa trabaho. It creates a toxic work environment din eh. Because that token black person or that token person of color will feel out of place. So, mahirap. Yeah. Unless the company does a really good job in explaining diversity and creating a good relationship with the whole company.
I agree. So, kailangan skills pa rin talaga. Maging sensitive na lang talaga yung mga bosses when it comes to these issues.
Yeah.
Diba? So, yeah, that's no. Also, nalulungkot din ako, no? I know na Anna Wintour has already apologized. Pero nabasa ko noong 2018 pala when she got Beyonce to be the cover girl of her magazine for that particular issue, talagang binigyan niya ng creative control si Beyonce. Kasi na kung sinong gustong photographer ni Beyonce
Oh, yes,
sa
I remember that.
shoot niya,
That was an all-black
diba?
thing. Yes.
Oo. Rarely, and it never happens na Miss Winter would give creative control to her subject. Usually, when it's gonna be under Miss Winter's control, it will be all white. Alam mo yon. Pero now, pero because of Beyonce's power and influence, and para makuha nga rin si Beyonce to grace her magazine cover, so pumayag siya. So do you think after this particular because of this topic which is raging right now, medyo when it comes to dealing with people of color, medyo magiging sensitive na rin ng mga CEO, yung ng mga companies na to?
Yes, for me, parang kailangan talaga maging sensitive because you can tell na yung mga taong sino mga natatamaan mo, most especially here in the Philippines. Kasi ang dami kong nakikita ng brands, na company na iba yung pinopromote.
Oh my God, yes.
Nakaka-offend. Like, sorry, like, why do you have to push us to take a whitening lotion or glutat? I don't know. Basta ganon.
Yeah, skin whitening.
So I think they need to be more sensitive because not just, kailangan hindi lang yung company mismo nila yung iniisip. Just be emphatic more sa mga taong nakapaligid din. Not just focus on the white people, but also because we Filipinos are the original ancestors are Negritos and Aitas. So I think we should be proud of it, of where we come from, diba? Kasi mga Negritos, they're not that tall. They have black skin, they have kinky hair, and they're short. So yun. So I think doon kasi tayo nanggagaling lahat eh. So I think we need to be proud of. So yun, I think yung mga companies talaga, masasabi ko lang na kailangan din na maging sensitive at the same time.
Okay. So, sabi mo April nasasaktan ka. Tapos ngayon, i-relate ko yan dun sa mga background yung mga models kayo, di ba? Even before becoming aspiring beauty queens. Kayo ba naramdaman nyo, was there ever a point na since alam niyo na token black girl kayo sa mga endeavors nyo, whether in the office like Nikita's experience or sa'yo April sa mga fashion shows, parang feeling mo nag-aaway ba sila? Parang may Naomi Campbell, Tyra Banks scenario happening in the background.
Well, for me, personally, my experience in modeling in Manila for 3 years, I've had my good and bad share of being the token black girl. The good side of it was that because at least for my time, I was the one that was booking so-and-so projects. They would always like, oh, let's get Nikita because she's, so we'll have diversity and then it's we're doing this type of shoot. So parang minsan kinukuha nila ako kasi nga the look of the shoot is like matches me. Kesa parang nasa isip nila, kesa mag-hire tayo ng mistisa na model, tapos may makeup pa natin ng maitim, why not get Nikita na lang? On the other side of this though, the bad side was that every time I would go for castings for commercials or even when I was doing TV, auditioning for TV shows, there's always a problem with my skin tone. It's just like, she's just too morena or too dark for TV. And then, I mean, it's also not helpful that I'm tall. So they're like, she's too tall. Camera's not gonna work for the camera. And like in my head, so sino mag-a-adjust? Ako o yung camera? Yung camera pwede naman mag-adjust.
Yung ka daw, girl.
So parang nasa isip ko, problema ko ba na mas matangkad ako sa lalaki? So, but then I've had projects where they would constantly straighten my hair. I actually did a project long time ago, I would say 7 years ago, for a whitening product, and I don't know why I agreed to doing it. They were giving me products to use so that it shows that it's effective. So, ang lola mo, ginawa naman yung project. Sabi ko, why not? It's good money. So, let me try. Gamit ng product, whiz, hindi effective. Ayaw, sabi ng balat ko, hindi girl, negra ka talaga, huwag tayo magpanggap.
No, huwag mong palitin yung kulay mo.
No! So, sabi ko, oh my God! Sabi ko talaga sa client, nung nag-shoot kami, sorry, I tried, but, you know, I just can't. It's not me. And my aunt was like, you know, I got lighter by a little bit. But like, parang sabi nung tita ko, nagpapaputi ka ba? Sabi ko, hindi. Pero, pumuputi ba ako? Sabi niya na, medyo. So, medyo naloka kami nung, you know, na may, naloka sila na I did the project, pero mas naloka sila na I was willing to go through the process of getting white just to do the job. And then,
just to get the job done.
Yeah. And then I explained to them na, you know, you're showing everyone that to be considered beautiful, not only even beautiful, to be considered smart, to be considered anything of influence in society, you have to have fairer skin. So kaya lagi akong na-embier na pag nakakakita ako ng mga whitening products billboard all over EDSA. Kasi sabi ko, false advertising, hindi naman ako pumuti sa Myra A or sa mga Silka Papaya soap na yan, nakakaloka kayo. So parang, alam mo yon, that's actually casual racism. A lot of companies doesn't understand that. That's casual racism. Yung mga banat tayo ng lola mo, ng tita mo, ng mga sino mang kamag-anak na sinasabi na, nag-beach ka ba? Umitim ka ata? Or ganito ganyan. Yung mga pa-side comment nila, they don't know that's casual racism. And they think it's a joke. But they don't realize they're hurting someone's feeling. They're offending someone of color. And that's creating a bad influence, lalo na sa mga bagets. Diyos ko, Lord, when I was 7 years old and I was experiencing all the bullying at school, doon ako naloka. Saan nila nakukuha yung term na negra? Basta kulot, salot, patay buhok. Sabi ko, saan nyo ito natutunan? Parang, oh my God. Because children are naturally born to love. They learn to hate. And parang, ay, nakakaloka kayo. Saan nyo ito natututunan? It all starts at home. And yun na nga, kasi nga nasa isip nila, joke lang naman yun, Mare. Bakit ka nagagalit? Totoo naman, negra ka naman. Kaya nasa isip ko, yes, that's true. I am negra. I acknowledge that. But who are you to make fun of me and to think that making fun of my skin tone is actually funny? Siguro at some point, yes, nakakatawa. Pero may limit eh. May hangganan. Yung, hindi lang pasensya, pero yung on how people see it. Because as long as we take this as a joke, that being morena or being a person of color is a joke, it will continue. It's not gonna go away. We're just gonna keep on like taking it every day and just like disregard the actual issue. Yun lang po.
That was certainly a loaded statement. What about you, Skelly? Do you have a similar experience? Skelly? Sige, let's go back to Skelly later on. What about you, April? Meron kang similar experience?
Same. Because nag-modeling din ako dito sa Manila. And yun, pero actually, eto kasi ako dati, hindi na ako nagka-casting for commercials because I already accepted to myself na, ay, para sa mistisa lang yan. Ay, hindi naman ako makukuha niyan eh. So, lumayo na lang muna ako sa pagka-casting ng commercials or TV shows or kung ano. So, yun, nag-stick na lang ako sa modeling. So, yung sa akin, it's so hard na parang ang sakit kasi na yun, actually yung mga tinatawag sa akin, negra, ganito, ganyan, I'm just really proud na kung sino mang yung naka-surround sa akin is parang kino-call out talaga nila kung sino man tumatawag sa akin na negra. Sabi niya, don't call her negra, call her by her name because she has a name. So yun, parang yun, akala lang talaga. Actually, nakasanayan ko na din na unahan na lang yung mga tao instead of making jokes sa akin. Parang inuunahan ko na lang sometimes. So yun, parang, you know, parang, sige, ano na, sige, negra na kung negra. Yung mga ganon. So, yun, it's so hard being a multiracial Asian because it affects about our whole life.
Okay, now that you're talking about your moderate background, curious lang ako, meron ba kayong was there a time na, this is a question from Rafi Di Mokulangan, and he's watching us right now, ang tanong niya, was there a time na insecure or na-inis kayo sa fellow women of color nyo na nakasabayan nyo sa mga modeling shows in order of getting that siguro remaining slot or a few slots for a modeling gig? Kasi let's face it, when it comes to, kunyari, let's say among chinitas and mestizas, di ba wala naman ganyang inggitan naman talaga.
Walang shortage ng chinita at mestiza sa Pilipinas, that's for sure. Alam natin yan. Going back to like doing commercials, lagi yung nakalagay sa message Class A mestiza. So nasa isip ko, bakit may Class A, Class B? Meron, so may Class A ba? May Class B negra? So parang, lagi yan yung nangyayari. Tapos, for me, may mga panahon na magka-casting ako. Sasabihin nila, Nikita, gusto nila ng morena, pero kailangan mag-plan ka ng hair. Sabi ko, ako na naman yung mag-a-adjust, lagi na lang. Kasi nangyari din to sa akin sa isang international food chain. The director was American. He loved me. He adored me. Pero yung kliyente, dahil Asian, alam naman natin, Asian means more on the fairer side. Sabi niya, we need to change the lead. For the first time, nagka-lead na ako ng project. For the first time in my whole commercial acting life in the Philippines, nagka-lead role ako. Biglang sabi ng kliyente, hindi pwede, kailangan mestiza. Hindi makaka-relate ang mga tao sa kanya. Sabi ko, excuse me, ang mga Pilipino po ay naturally kayo manggi. Anong hindi makaka-relate sa akin? Nakakaloka kayo. Siyempre, hindi yun yung sinabi ko sa kliyente. Yes na lang ako ng yes, umiyak ako sa bahay, ganon. Pero parang, ito na naman tayo, nakuha na nga, naligwak pa kasi nalaman nilang masyado daw ako makitim.
Nandun ka na, pero, oh my gosh,
it was like,
bigla
kang maka-cut off. It's like for me, my problem naman, especially here sa States, it's like I'm too light to be black, but I'm too dark to be Asian. So, yun nga, I know Adam, you asked about like if we ever feel any insecurity when we go to castings with other black girls. Sa Pinas, I had my first few times I did have insecurity kasi siyempre ang nasa isip ko ay mas matagal na sila sa industry, kung makukuha to, alam na nila yung ginagawa nila.
Yan, true.
So, yeah, may ganon. Or minsan, mas payat si girl, or like, mas matangkad siya sa akin. Laging may ganon Pero nakakalimutan natin minsan. Swerte-swerte lang din yan kung sino yung magustuhan ng kliyente at kung sino yung papasok sa peg. For me, here in the
type nila.
Yes. Dito naman sa States, I remember my first ever casting specifically for, African-American women. It was for a music video for T-Pain, I think, or some hip-hop artist. Pagpasok ko sa room, oh my God, it was a range of different type of brown people or different type of African-American. Ako bilang half Filipino, half African-American, my full-on Nigerian, my Afro-Latina, my African-American. So, different shades of brown. It was crazy and it was amazing. Doon talaga ako na insecure. Kasi ang dadami. I was like, for the first time in my whole life, there was like a room where there's 100 black women. And I was just like, holy crap. Oh my God. You have to be really amazing to be able to book this job. And then yun na nga, doon na nagkakatalunan when it comes to skills. So at the end, skill set, kung sino magustuhan, minsan kung sino din yung may connection sa caster or sa kliyente. So, there's definitely some sort of insecurity. Hindi
yung parang labanan ng mga labanan ng mga skin color din, no?
May colorism din dito sa Amerika Yeah, in between like the black community, like parang, you're not black enough, you're you still get a leeway because you're lighter than us. So yeah, sometimes I get that where I'm just like, yeah, you're black, but you're not black enough. You're still like you're mulata. So may ganun pa din eh. So there's still that issues in between na kung as overall everyone is worrying about like people of color. In between the black community, there's colorism happening too. So that's pretty crazy for me. Not black enough, or you're too black. Oh my God, hindi ko na alam paano ako mag-vape niya. Nakakaloka kayo.
Libog na din, naglibog na.
Libog na gano'n yung kulabad din yung ulo. Uy, kapoy.
Girls, before we proceed, can we just make a huge shout out to Eliza Malinaw, your fellow candidate?
Hi, Dad!
She's tuned in.
My sister. Oh my God.
Kamusta mga tanong de
Day? Hi, Day. Nabuang na gid ni. Oh my God. You started modeling in Davao. Oh my God.
Listening to your stories, parang alam mo yon, nasasaktan ako for you guys eh. Parang kulang na lang magkaroon kayo ng, listening to your story, Nikita, parang kulang na lang magkaroon ako ng identity crisis for you. Kasi parang, ano ba, saan ba ako lulugar? Mulata ba ako? O talagang African-American ako? Alam mo yon. So, alam mo, I feel for you guys, lalo na sa experience mo. So, I'm curious to ask, have you guys had a happy or normal childhood? Or kung meron man, was it, or kung maayos naman normal, or was it dominated by fear and rejection? Can you share more stories about it? Were you bullied before?
Yes, but for me, it's more about rejection. My playmates won't really want to play with me because I'm dark and have kinky hair before. And I also get insecurities because I didn't really look like with the other children. So, yon parang nahihirapan din ako kung saan ako lulugar. Kasi parang nagiging, sorry for the term, nagiging ignorant kasi sila eh. Parang, yun sabi din ni Nikita kanina na, parang mag-i-English ba ako nito, magbibisaya ba, magtatagalog ba. So yun, actually, yung childhood ko is mix. Kasi I'm always talaga thankful na parang sinend talaga ako ng angel ni God na to protect me somehow. Ang daming nabubuli sa akin. Kahit yung height ko when I was in grade school, binubuli. Diba? Mga flag retreat, flag ceremony, and yung arrange niyo sa chair, diba? Sa school.
Ang tangkad. Ang tangkad.
Oo, diba? So yun, parang binubuli nila din ako sa height, yung color ko. So yun, parang hindi naman madali. And until now, I even get discriminated and being bullied. So yun, okay lang, medyo 50-50 yung childhood ko na mixed emotions. So yun. But I have this one best friend who will really protect me. My childhood neighbor, sabi niya talaga kasi may sa akin, sabi niya, oy, negra, ganun siya. Tapos sabi naman, hindi kasi ako umiimik. Tapos sabi ng best friend ko, Bisaya. Sabi niya, bahala na negra, basta gwapa. Ganun. So yun, pinoprotect niya talaga ako. Sabi ko, parang from that moment, minimake ko na talaga as inspired, being, that word na lang na ina-inspired ko na lang talaga yung sarili ko from it. So yun yung childhood ko.
For me naman, wow. I try to look back and wish I could say the same. It wasn't as happy as I wanted it to be. It wasn't as normal. Definitely a lot of challenges. Hirap kasi, ang hirap nung parang you always feel out of place. Like you never feel a sense of belongingness because everyone sees you as a different entity. It's not just like you're a different person. It's not like you're from this planet. They treat you like you're an alien. Well, I was technically kind of alien, but like it's like the bullying never ends. So when I first went to school, I thought it was gonna end when I was in my teenage years. So I moved to a different high school so that hopefully the bullying would stop. But then it got worse. Oh my God. Ang hirap ng maghahanap ka ng rason para hindi pumasok sa school every day. Kasi alam mong aawayan ka na naman. For me, I really had it tough and rough. I know a lot of people know me as a very optimistic and positive person, but a lot of people don't know that I went through hell and back. I have not only my classmates in school in elementary, but even other grades. They would push me up the stairs. They would make fun of me. They would always treat me like I'm a nobody. Ang hirap kasi talagang I hated going to school all these years. In high school, I tried to straighten my hair so that my crush would ask me to prom. But instead of doing that, na-insulto pa ako. Sinabihan pa ako na mukhang walis ting-ting yung buhok mo. So parang, ang sakit, ang hirap. Kasi, you know, all you want is a good childhood, to have good memories. I can't say I really have childhood friends because no one wants to be friends with me because I was very different. I was always out of place. Meron sigurong mga ibang bata na curious. I mean, I still have friends, you know, growing up. Siguro mga nung 11 years old ako or 12 years old ako, doon ako finally nagkaroon ng mga kaibigan. Pero mabibilang ko lang. I would say some of my classmates was friends with the entire school. Meanwhile, I myself was friends with like the janitors or teachers. I was friends with all my superiors or like, you know, the elders at school. Kasi hindi ko makausap yung mga classmates ko kasi ayaw naman nila akong kausapin. And I've mentioned earlier, I'm always at the principal's office, literal, every day. Kasi lagi akong napapasok sa gulo. Merong mga away sa akin. And my grandparents taught me to be a fighter. And they say, resist violence. But then, you know, when siguro napuno na ako at some point eh. Hindi ko makakalimutan to. I was in first grade and I punched my classmate in the nose at nag-nosebleed siya. Kasi hindi ko na kinaya. You know, going to school at 7 years old, going to school every day, experiencing the same bullshit, being called negra, patay buhok, dead hair, being laughed at, being joked at, that's not good. It's traumatizing. How I turn out to be this positive and crazy, I do not know. Not everyone copes the same. Not everyone deals with this issue the same. It's stressful. I don't like to think about I don't have a lot of good childhood memories. When I look at my birthday photos, I don't have classmates over at home because no one wants to go to my birthday party. No one wants to celebrate with me. No one even wants to be friends with me. So who am I going to invite? It's always just been my cousins, my uncles, and like my cousin's friends. So that has always been my thing. So yeah, parang minsan nga napapaisip ako, ano kaya yung buhay ko kung sa state ako lumaki, kung doon ako nag-aral. Siguro iba kasi at least alam nila na they're more open na, you know, may African-American na estudyante, may Latino na estudyante, compared sa Pinas, mas sanay sila sa mas mestiza. So parang, yun lang po, masakit, mahirap. So, I hope we really teach our kids to be open and considerate and teach them about the beauty of diversity and, you know, not talk about, like, if there's nothing good to talk about, let's not talk about it. So, yun lang.
I feel your pain. I really feel the struggle because how these non-black people are having a hard time dealing with this issue. Para sa akin, nagkakaroon sila ng struggle to understand why there is a need to reform their mindset in these communities. Bakit sa tingin nyo nahihirapan sila sa ganitong nahihirapan sila mag-adjust or having a difficult time understanding?
I think that's why they're having a hard time understanding because they're not open about the idea. A lot of times we are very close-minded and we just stick to the things that we know and to the things that we are comfortable about. And when sensitive issues like this come up, we're just all like, I'm not going to deal about it. I'm not going to confront it. I'm just going to zip my mouth. So it's hard because, you know, we want to talk about it, but we're not open about it. It's like going into a fight. Filipinos are not confrontational. We have strong personalities, but we're not confrontational. That's why we don't want to talk about these things. That's why we don't want to handle these issues, because we're scared that we're going to offend someone or we're going to say something wrong. But we are already doing something wrong by not talking about it. So the first step again is to being open about it and acknowledging the issue. That's the only way we can progress and then continue the conversation.
So I think it is always difficult to people who aren't exposed to the problem to sympathize or foreseeing that there are a lot of things that need to be adjusted. And as far as Western countries have evolved in this case, and Southeast Asian countries still struggles to raise awareness about racism. And the most important thing is about education at an early age, and talk about your school with your friends and keep up to date about what is going on around the world, about different cultures and its struggles. Then proceed to ask yourself the question, is it happening in my country, or is it really happening to people that I know? Those are important questions, what to have to ask yourself about first. And yun, keep yourself educated as well. And yun, ask muna yung mga questions na ganon before taking an actions.
I really admire all your courage and strength in going through this whole issue. Talagang mula pagkabata nyo, talagang apektado na talaga kayo. Do you also share the same sentiments, Kelly? Skelly?
Ay, nawala na naman si ate girl.
Yeah, so, I really feel your pain. Talagang, ang hirap din, no, mula kung pagkabata, kung issue na to hanggang sa pagtanda nyo, dala-dala nyo pa rin. It's something that has never been resolved. So, mapapaano ka na lang talaga, alam mo yun, mapapa sa Diyos ka na lang talaga na sana ma-enlightened na tayo. Parang our government would create or craft laws that would allow us to be more open-minded about, or probably giving us an opportunity to treat each other equally. So, sa aspeto ba ng beauty pageants din, nararanasan nyo to? From modeling to beauty pageants.
Oo. Ako nung sumali ako ng nung sumali ako ng pageant sa Pilipinas, first time ko kasi Miss Mandaluyong 2012. So, sumali ako. Sabi ko, ayoko mag-pageant. Nakakapagod yun. Hindi ko bet yan. Tapos talagang super sabi ko pa sa agent ko, alam nyo, hindi ako mananalo kasi hindi naman ako bet ng mga Pilipino. Alam nyo na, morena, kulot, nakakapagod mag-straight ng hair. So, talagang super deny ako na. Parang lagi kong sinasabi, hindi nga ako sasali. Tapos sabi niya, sumali ka na, manalo matalo, may consolation prize. So, I tried. Nung sumali na ako, that's when I started getting competitive. Tapos parang sabi ko, siguro parang, you know, na I was an underdog because nga lahat ng kasabayan ko was like mestiza or like had fair skin tapos straight hair. Ako, lumaban ako all the way ng big hair. Tinodo ko, sabi ko, wala akong pakialam, mag-afro ako. Kung hindi nyo tanggap yan, problema nyo na yan. This is me, so I'm gonna present myself like this. Tapos nung coronation night, naalala ko, gusto nila gawin yung hair ni Miss Angola. Tapos sabi ko, ayoko. Iba na hair yung gusto kong gawin. Gusto ko mag-ponytail. So, umiyak talaga ako habang inaayos nila yung hair ko kasi gusto nila gawin yung Leila Lopez hair. And there was nothing wrong with it. Hindi ko lang talaga gusto. Ang nangyari kasi, was parang minamarket nila na gayahin yung mga ibang international queens, which was there was no problem. It was good. It was perfect. It was amazing. It just felt like I didn't have my own identity. That it felt like, so feeling nyo para manalo ako, gagayahin ko si Leila Lopez para lang ma-appreciate nila yung beauty ko. Why can't they learn to appreciate who I am as a whole? Because if I start talking and if I am able to answer your questions and I'm able to show you that my skill set is enough to win this pageant, shouldn't that be enough for me to win? Bakit kailangan kong magmukhang ganito, ganyan? So, iniba nila sa nila, okay, never mind, magpo-ponytail na lang tayo, deadma. That was one. Natakot sila kasi ayoko tumigil umiyak, Crayola si lola mo, yung makeup ko, hulas na, so ipat na naman. But when I joined my next pageant, nakakaloka talaga ako, medyo hindi naman ako demanding, but I really wanted to join according to my preference. Because, I'm representing myself. I'm not representing you, my mom, or anyone. I'm showing everyone who I am. So that's how I wanted to compete. The next pageant I did was Miss Resort World. That's when I played the game. Doon ako nag-adjust. So sabi ko, try natin, mag-a-adjust ako. Every day, from day one, mula screening hanggang sa pagkapanalo ko, I never set foot in Resort World Manila with my afro. It was always straight hair.
Straight down.
Yes, always. From the moment I went to audition or went for the casting call, from day one till my last day as Miss Resort World, straight hair ako palagi. Middle part, side part, laging straight. Hindi ako pwedeng maglakad sa Resort World ng naka-afro. Mapapatay ako ng mga boss ko. Hindi sila ganon ka-open. And I played so sabi sa akin nung, my management back then told me, gusto mong manalo? You have to play the game. If they want you to have your hair straight, then magplancha tayo araw-araw. Gumising ka ng 3 hours before your call time para magplancha ng hair. Why not? Yun yung gusto nila eh. Ang tagal ang haba-haba ng hair ko. Tapos, humid pa sa Pinas. So, kailangan mag-taxi forever. Kasi pag nagbas ako, pagdating ko sa Resort World or kung saan man yung event, wala na, kulot na naman ulit yung hair ko. So it was, if my co-candidates were working 100%, I was working 500%. Dahil hair and makeup pa lang, doble kayod na ako. So parang kailangan, I had to work harder than them because I had to conform to what the pageant wanted. And that was for me, parang experiment lang yun for me to see, tignan natin kung mananalo ako kung I play the game. Nangyari nga. So, tried, tested, and proven. Ang hirap.
So, for me naman, when I joined this pageant, hindi ko nalang sasabihin, when I joined this pageant nung last is, parang nagdadalawang isip talaga ako. Since iba yung organization nila, iba yung nagha-handle. So sabi ko sa manager ko before na, hindi na lang ako I'm sure hindi naman ako mananalo. I'm sure pipiliin yan Miss Tisa. Ganon. So yun, but then I've tried, and happy naman ako sa result because parang hindi lang about sa ganon yung tinitingnan nila. It's about more in the inside and how you are, just be yourself. So yun, masaya naman ako. And then, before pa na pageant, yun lang yung pageant na iniiyakan ko talaga, na naging first runner-up ako. Honestly, kahit saan man pageant, first runner-up man ako, winner, second runner-up, okay lang sa akin kasi alam ko kung saan ako nagkamali. Yung pageant na yun is, sabi ko, ano nangyari? Like, first runner-up, kailangan mong nakoronahan ka pa ng first runner-up, tapos ganun ka lang, tapos pigilan mo muna yung luha mo, tapos may magpapapicture pa, so, huwag ka na muna umayak, girl. So, ganun lang ako dati. So, ang sakit-sakit, kasi kailangan mo talaga yung lunukin muna yung, mamaya ko na umiyak,
yung pride mo.
First runner-up lang. Oo, yeah. Tapos yun, nakita ko talaga na there's really a discrimination then dun sa pageant na yun. And yun kasi parang, for how many years, nakikita ko kung sino yung before, yung mga nananalo, is mistisa lahat. So parang ma-shock siguro sila kung bakit Ganon. Parang
Yeah.
nag-change naman. Oo. So, yun, naging first, yun, hindi, nasasabi ko talaga ginive ko yung best ko sa pageant na yun. And, yun, parang ang sakit lang for me. And I never thought that I was worthy of getting far with my dark skin color because of the lack of representation out here. That's why I was really proud when Leila Lopez won the Miss Universe at the time. It showed me that I just had to believe in myself and work hard and maybe work harder than light-skinned people to be seen and deemed worthy of getting the same opportunities as them. And thankfully, the pageant world seemed to be getting more accepting with representing different beauty types compared to our national TV entertainments, business, for example. So yun. Pero yun lang yung mga experience ko na hindi medyo maganda. But for now, I really appreciate pageantry world today.
Yeah, they're becoming more open.
Yeah, becoming more open. Yeah. Skelly, do you have a similar experience when it comes to joining beauty pageants, experiencing having experienced discrimination?
Sige lang, April, pagtubig sa atin.
Water tayo.
Water break.
Okay. Skelly still having technical difficulties even at this time. So going back, pwede ako sumundot ng question kay April. Knowing din sa pageant na sa sinilihan mo, knowing na mestizas na pala lahat ng mga nanalo pala beforehand, bakit mo pa rin pinursue?
Because as I'm really, really a positive person. I'm that optimistic person. That hoping someday that I could make a difference. So sinigol ko pa rin kasi before I also won pageants na. And it gave me a lot of confidence na sumali pa ng pageant. So sumali ako noon. Actually galing ako noon ng Binibining Pilipinas, and then I joined another pageant. So tinatry ko pa rin, and I would like to showcase my skin color and be a role model to those children who experience of what we've experienced. So sabi ko bahala na, basta I'll do my best, and not just for me, but to everyone who are aspiring beauty queens as well. So sabi ko bahala na, hindi sali na lang ako, bahala na mestiza.
Push lang, di ba?
Take your chance and beat the odds. Ganun naman talaga eh. I understand your
If it's your time, it's your time.
Yun.
I believe in that too, in like timing. Kasi you can be the most prepared candidate, but if it isn't your time to win, it's not gonna happen. It's a matter of taking chances, timing, and luck. So yun nga, pag destiny mo din talaga, mangyayari.
Since sumasali nga kayo ng mga beauty pageants, di ba? Meron din bang time na nahirapan yung makeup artist nyo na sa pag-makeup sa inyo in terms of working with deeper skin tones and natural hair?
Oh my gosh, eto. May kwento ako. Wait lang. Aside sa modeling yan modeling. Alam mo yung baby pa kasi ako noon, parang kapag model ka kasi bawal diba? Parang bawal magreklamo. Kung ano masusutin, dapat yun.
May-ari ka nila.
Oo. So because in modeling world, actually, we are just an hanger. Diba? Sa runway. Hanger lang tayo eh. So, they can do whatever they want to do to us. So, there's this one event na kailangan mag-makeup. Tapos, ako lang talaga, yung nakaganon lang talaga, sit straight, tapos mini-makeupan, tapos ginaganon ko. Tapos pa-exit yung makeup artist, wait lang ha. Tapos, kapag gumaalis siya, na ako, nananalamin. Sabi ko, ano to? Parang, tapos, wala kang magawa kasi, kasi na-jaba to, o ano ba? Tapos yung, bumabaha na yung mata mo, tapos pinipigilan mo talaga para hindi ipakita. Tapos ang layo talaga sa skin ko, sa leeg ko, na ang puti-puti, para kang crinkles. Yung food, yung tinapay.
Yes.
Oh my God! Para ko
That's the perfect,
So
that's the
yun.
perfect description. Parang white
So
lady,
yun.
gano'n.
Oo, para akong crinkles, no? Nang ginawang ganon. So sabi ko,
Kabang?
umiiyak ako. Tapos pumunta ako sa ibang makeup artist. So yun, tapos sabi ko na lang, sana hindi mo na lang ako nilagyan ng foundation. Sana yung skin ko na lang talaga kung wala kang foundation for me. And yun, and same sa pageant din, parang alam mo yung crinkles nga, yung parang puti-puti dito, tapos itim-itim yung ganon-ganon. So yun, parang ang hirap, Tapos yun, kasi before parang wala pa ako own makeup. So yun, as time goes by, yun, bumibili na ako sarili kong makeup. And
you bring your
it
own.
with me. Oo, if wala silang edi eto na po sa akin, gamitin niyo na po, ganon na lang. So yun, until now, so yun yung mga na-experience ko. Pero twice, 2 beses lang na-experience ko yun. Yung worst, yun yung worst pala.
Sa akin naman, parehas din. I experienced it in both pageantry and modeling sa Pinas. Kasi, yun na nga, our standard of beauty is limited to the light skin. So if you are just maybe a shade or two darker than that, there would be an available foundation for you. Pero pag lumagpas ka na dun sa 1 or 2, patay kang bata ka, walang kulay talaga. Or it's either that, or international brands like, MAC would have the darker shades. But then not a lot of like makeup artists in the Philippines would have those darker shades. And then what I noticed before was that it's either they have the darkest shade and then they would mix it with the light one. And then, yun nga, the same din sa'yo, nung una, siyempre nung bata pa ako, wala pa akong sariling makeup eh. And kung meron man, mali din yung kulay kasi nga wala ngang ang tamang shade ko. When I had the chance to finally buy my own and find my right shade, I would always bring my own foundation na para pagdating sa show or sa pageant, I have my own already and I'm like, oh, perfect na yan ha. Wala nang crinkle situation dito kasi may dala na akong sariling foundation. Here in the States naman, I didn't have problem in dealing with like hair and makeup because, they're used to it and then they're trained for it. Here sa Pinas, yun yung laging, siguro ang pinaka-crazy experience ko in terms of hair sa Pinas, 3 hairstylist nagpa-plancha ng hair ko.
Pinagtutulungan ka?
Pinagtutulungan nila. Sabi ko, hindi ba kaya ng isa? Oo, tapos 3 direction, magkakaiba. Parang ako,
right, front.
Lord, hindi ko alam kung paano ko to i-stabilize. Kasi, yung sa hila dito, yung isa sa likod. Oh my God, parang lumilinggo sa mundo ko. Yun naman. Yung trabaho ng isa dito, nagiging 3.
And sa mga makeup artists din, parang for them kasi, hindi masyadong nagagamit yung, if bibili man sila ng same na skin tone na foundation, hindi kasi nila magagamit masyado. So yun, parang hindi nilang sila bumibili since there are less dark-skinned model or bridesmaid, kumbaga, 'di ba? Kasi parang din nila yun parang trabaho din nila. So parang nasasayangan sila if hindi man lang magagamit. So yeah, but for now, naman, I appreciate those makeup artists that mas pinipili din talaga nila yung minake-upan yung dark skin color din. Parang nasasayangan sila. Oo, kasi they can play around with the colors. So yun, meron namang ibang makeup artist na like that. Pero not yung gawin yung clown, ha?
At totoo yan, actually. Minsan natutuwa nga sila na may morena. Parang naalala ko dati pag nagsushoot ako for like a makeup artist portfolio, lagi nilang sasabihin, kasi girl, wala pa akong morena or like African-American sa portfolio ko, puro mestiza. Tapos hindi ko magamit yung mga makukulay ko na eyeshadow. Tapos sabi ko, ay best, gamitin natin yan lahat. Let's go crazy, mag-rainbow tayo. Na-appreciate ko yung mga ganong messages. Yung parang, wala akong morena sa portfolio ko nasa isip ko. Problema ko ba yun? Charot, joke lang. Pero yun lang nga. Nakakatawa pa ganon.
Buti naman may konting naman, alam mo yon, brighter side naman yung stories nyo about na-experience nyo sa pageantry. Pero di ba kayo nalulungkot? Pero kayo ba, nag-hope ba kayo na sana yung standard of beauty natin dito sa Pilipinas maging more accepting and diverse, maging more accepting sa mga, or maging inclusive sa mga katulad ninyong very diverse talaga ang mga features at kagandahan. Sa tingin niyo darating pa tayo sa point na yon na kunwari may manalo Miss Universe Philippines of African American / Filipino descent, alam mo yon?
You know what? That was my hope for the longest time. I'm not gonna lie. When I first moved to the States, I wanted to fix my citizenship so I could join Binibining Pilipinas and eventually represent the Philippines in Miss Universe. Yun talaga yung goal ko for the longest time. But then the embassy kept telling me, girl, sorry talaga. Wala talaga kaming magagawa. Tapos sabi ko, if you look at your rule book, anyone that has lived in the Philippines for over 10 years can acquire citizenship. If they speak the language, they can acquire citizenship. Sabi ko, I check all the boxes. And then my mom is Filipina, although she denounced her citizenship when I was born. Pero sabi ko, I legally, in my blood, have Filipino. So how can I not have a Filipino citizenship? Yung frustration ko sobrang taas. Kasi I always dreamt of wearing the Philippine sash and represent the Philippines on the international scene. That has always been my thing. Maybe because I grew up in the Philippines, and even if I don't look as Filipino, I'm very Filipino at heart. And, my heritage is half Filipino, but my entire being is super Pinoy. I mean, Bisaya. So parang nalungkot ako na I can't be that person. That's why I'm joining in the States instead. So sabi ko, well, I guess that could still work. I'm gonna represent hopefully 2 different countries in my head, at least. Yun yung nasa utak ko. Pero yun nga, sana, I'm really hoping that, we finally have an African-American Filipino winner or a representative for other pageants. Hindi lang Miss Universe, kundi like Miss International or Miss Earth, Intercon, ang dami ng pageant, mahirap magkatsa. Pero yun nga, sana nga, that would be nice.
So yun,
kasi it will really change their mindset and outlook on standards of beauty. Kasi as much as people say pageants are not relevant, they are very much relevant, especially for talking about affecting how we see standards of beauty. Kasi kung lagi na lang mestiza ang nananalo, then we're always promoting that, alam nyo na, hindi ka talaga mananalo kasi hindi ka mestiza. But then again, the skill set will also come in.
So aside from, also for me naman, aside sa beauty pageant, parang branding also should rethink the messages that they want. And if you advocate your self-love and empowerment, yet the brand says lighter skin is more beautiful, it contradicts the core of your message. And parang kailangan talaga na parang kumbaga yung point ko is living in a diverse countries with so many types of beauties, we should start seeing the bigger picture and include every beauty and represent every skin color our country has to offer. And because representation matters talaga. And I think with baby step, we can make the world a better place for our future generation naman, because we're set here as a role model as well. So yun, still hoping na magbabago din soon and they would accept it, diba? So yun.
Do you also feel the same way in terms of how these beauty products in the Philippines are advertising themselves? Na kailangan, alam mo yon, no option for girls like you with deeper complexion, pero alam mo yun na talagang kailangan gamitin yung product nila. Do you think na we should, or moreover, do you think we should call them out so that they can be more inclusive sa mga katulad yung diverse beauties?
Yes, I think for me, oo, parang ano, kasi ang sakit-sakit lang kasi, you know, like, here in Manila, nagsasakay lang ng Grab or taxi. Tapos everywhere, left or right, ang daming billboards dito, di ba? So yun, left and right, parang, oo, wala ka naman nakikita na ano, parang same na kulay ko, or morena, ganon, parang puro na mga mestiza, and more on promoting whitening, ganon. And yung nakikita ko naman na other billboards are international brand, which is, yes, they have mixed race na models, diba? So I think for me, we should call it out because we are also responsible of yung mga ginagawa nila. So dapat yun, parang sinasabihan din natin sila na be sensitive as well.
Okay.
I think yun nga. Tama si April na. Sometimes I think calling them out is just asking them to take action about the issue. Because if we just let them like do what they do, or we wait for them to take, I mean, it's nice if we wait for them to take action, but then there are companies who needs a little push. So yeah, I agree with April in like calling them out so that, because I think if you don't call them out, they're not gonna do anything. They're just gonna like, wala naman silang sinasabi, carry lang.
Kasi parang walang nagpa-fight kasi for that.
Yeah.
Given your answers, it seems like our country has a long way to go talaga when it comes to accepting diversity in the beauty landscape. We really have a long way to go. And knowing that there is a certain prejudice against women of color here in the Philippines and siguro worldwide na rin, how do you think you can use your voice in beauty pageants to continue this conversation?
It is important to me to keep using my platform to inform and raise awareness about injustice and discrimination that affect not only women but also men of color. And I will try my best to bring out the message that dark skin is also beautiful and equally worthy as anybody else, with a different beauty and lighter skin color. To promote self-love and empowerment with everyone who wants to join me in this matter, whether if you're just a friend, a fan, or someone with a bigger platform. Maybe at some point we could team up with brands who would be interested in mixing up the representation of the current beauty standards in our country. So from white is beautiful to you are beautiful. So yun.
Everyone is beautiful. Ganon.
Oo.
Nice.
So,
from white is beautiful
to you are beautiful.
Everyone's beautiful. You are beautiful. Maganda ka din. Gwapa tang panan.
Tayong lahat. Oo.
Yes. Yeah, I think for me, I don't want to limit myself just because, I don't want to limit myself in spreading awareness just because I'm doing a pageant. But I've always been advocating about accepting who you are and your unique beauty ever since I started modeling and I had, as they would say, woke. I've always been an advocate of diversity and seeing the beauty in everyone. I think we focus too much on the physical aspect. That's why we can't move on, and we always have this issues about she's not pretty to me, but sure, maybe I guess she doesn't pass your beauty standards, but have you met the person? Do you know if she's a person of substance? Have you seen the goodness of her heart? So we focus everything and we judge everything physically on our first impressions and our prejudice. So that's hard. And for me, I want to continue on empowering people that your difference makes you perfectly who you are. And, you know, being different is normal. If everyone was different, gosh, the world would be so boring. Imagine if
We're
everyone
just
just
all
looked the
created by
same.
God in every unique way, diba?
You know, beauty comes in different shapes and sizes, in different skin tones, in different packaging. There's no one size fits all. And I guess the media has a big impact on that. Companies definitely, you know, the representations of the brands, um, that definitely affects society. But as I can see, what I can see is that we really need to start being open about everyone. That's just how I feel like it would work better. Even if one company believes in just one size fits all, then that's sad, but you don't have to follow that route. You can make your own and be like, even if this so and so believes one size fits all, I believe no size fits all. So you go on that direction. And for me, I've just continually been promoting, you know, accepting who you are and don't feel pressured about the standards of beauty or whatever standards you're seeing in society.
What about you, Skelly? Do you think the Philippines will be more accepting of inclusive and diverse beauties like you? Wala. Skelly. Okay. There's really hope, no? There's really hope. Talaga, April and Nikita,
Mm-hmm.
when it
I
comes to
mean,
this issue.
we are a little behind. We are a little bit behind in terms of diversity in the Philippines, but I mean, from what I can see, is that we're slowly getting there. We are,
Yeah,
you know, somehow
that baby
we
step.
are opening, yeah, we're opening up more projects for um, women of color and African Americans. At least bago ako umalis ng Pilipinas a few years ago, they were getting more and more open. Not as open as now, but you know, at least one step at a time, I guess. It doesn't happen overnight, definitely. So I what I hope is that we consistently do this. Like we continue to have more diversity and have equal representation. Hindi lang towards African American or people of color, but in general, you know, iba't ibang klase ng tao sa Pilipinas. If we're just focusing and like in the Philippines, the market um have like, you know, full-blooded Filipina in your campaigns, or maybe half Pinoy, half other something. Um, you know, consistency is key for diversity to work and to be amplified in our country. So without that, then kahit even if it's happening now, if we're not consistent, then malabo eh. We're not gonna be sending a proper message if in and out yung um mensahe sa mga tao.
Great, great. I must say it will really take a long time, but I'm glad that you are already acknowledging that there are baby steps
Yeah.
being done along the way. Like kayo, di ba? Ikaw, April, you're now a candidate of Miss Universe Philippines under a new
Yes.
organization. So, Nikita, you're also joining beauty pageants there in the
Mm-hmm.
US, Miss Hawaii USA, Miss Waikiki USA, in hopes to become the next Miss USA. So nakikita mo may mga strides din naman talaga, no? Pero nakakasakit. I thought kasi ako, tatanungin mo talaga ako. I thought we are already making a huge strides. Kasi nga, nanalo Black Girl Magic last year, di ba? All the pageant
Yes,
systems
Zuzi.
crowned us black winner.
Uh-huh.
Pero
Yeah.
sadly, I thought we were already making a progress. Tapos mababasa mo may ganito palang nangyayari na parang senseless yung patayan, alam mo yon sa Amerika. Tapos mapapaisip ka talaga eh. Isolated lang ba yung nangyayari sa pageantry? Kasi it doesn't seem to reflect on what's really happening in reality. Um, racial discrimination still exists. So, sa tingin mo ba parang ano lang tayo, yun nga, I'm glad that you are using your voice, pero do you think we should double our efforts in making our voices heard? From pageantry world to reality. Do you know where I'm coming from?
Yeah, I could see. I know what you mean, Adam. When in your head, it's like, ay, may nanalo ng Miss Universe, or like lahat ng pageants nanalo, African American or with African descent. Tapos biglang may George Floyd, may Breonna Taylor.
Yes.
How I'm seeing that is that because in the States kasi hindi sila pageant fans. And even if they are, they don't really care that much. There's that discrepancy because standard of beauty is separate from like how they see one person. So from a pageant is controlled. It's a controlled environment. Like the judges can, at least discuss that, we have 100 girls, we have to pick one. We could make a person of color win or a white person win. But when we're talking about society as a whole, that is a way bigger platform and a bigger fish to handle. It's not as easy as it looks like. It's great that pageantry is doing it, exposing us. The pageant reach is very limited as well. So, not everyone understands. So even if we keep having African American winners, it's not enough.
It's not.
Yeah, it's not enough. I still think it is a collective effort. It's not only one person's job, not one queen, not 1 year, but it's a lifetime of continuous fight for it. If we have to continue working with it, just because you don't see a Black Lives Matter movement trending anymore on Instagram or Facebook, it doesn't mean that it's done. The message should continue to be broadcasted all over the world. So I feel like even if we are making progress in pageantry, the next step is to get to the communities, and then in the community as a whole, as a country, as a city, as a nation, and then hopefully all other places accept that. But it's a big fight. We have a long way to go. America alone, it's a long way to go. Like for me, I feel like we're not gonna go back to normal after this pandemic, after this Black Lives Matter movement this year. We have to move on to a different normal because we can't have systematic racism continue. We can't have this casual racism go on and unnecessary violence. So we really have to educate and correct everyone from the beginning. So mahaba-habang inuman talaga to. It may not happen in our lifetime, but the first step is to start from within, and hopefully you influence others to continue doing it, and then hopefully maging domino effect, and everyone helps out and reaches out and realize that hindi nga tama na hindi to tama na this is still happening. So minsan hindi ko ma-absorb bakit ganito? Why is it so hard for people of color to fight for their freedom when it should be the same for everyone, or the same equal rights for everyone? So parang ang labo, ang hirap isipin.
Yeah.
Last few questions, girls. We are receiving a lot of messages of love and support from all our followers who are tuned in right now. So, alam mo yun, I'm hearing a lot of great insights coming from you. Alam mo yun, you really pour your heart out when it comes to tackling this issue. So, for you guys, how do you think we can keep this momentum alive? Keep continuing making conversations like this. Na parang pinag-uusapan lang natin to because something happened in the States. Tapos pag medyo wala na, tigil na naman tayo until something tragic again happens of similar nature. So, alam mo yun, how do we keep the momentum alive outside the protests?
I mean, social media is the best platform. I am so, even if there's in everything, there's always pros and cons. It could be like, people could be bashing or saying something wrong, but let's focus on the positive side. With social media, you could continually repost or talk about your opinions about the matter or share the knowledge that correct information, correct knowledge about the issue. We don't have to always be protesting physically. I think, as I've said earlier, consistency is key. Without it, it's a useless movement. But I feel like, and I hope that even after this issue kind of winds down, that we continue to take action and continue to educate people about the Black Lives Matter movement, equal rights, legislation, systematic racism. We should continue to educate ourselves. And then we need to start digging down we need to start within us. We need to understand, why do I feel this way towards a certain race? Why do I feel this way about this issue? I feel like we only take action when we feel relevant, when we want to feel relevant, when it's affecting us directly. I posted this on Instagram a few days ago. Coronavirus and racism have a few things in common. People don't acknowledge it and believe it's true unless it happens to them or affects them directly. So, ganun na nga. If you don't see it, you won't believe it, right? If you're not experiencing it, you're not gonna acknowledge the problem. And that's wrong. We need to start acknowledging what's going on and start accepting things in this world. Yes, it is overwhelming. Yes, it is a lot. And yes, it is very frustrating and devastating. I can't believe I live in a world where this is still happening, like 400 years of oppression and racism. And yet here we are again, like back from ground zero. So we really need to rethink and continue to have an open mind about things like this and continue the conversation. Definitely continue the conversation at home and in social media.
So how do you see? Naman din, continue lang the conversation and don't forget to educate yourself as well on what's happening around you. And yun, as what I've said earlier, to also continue this conversation, yun, dapat magtutulungan tayo lahat. If you're just a fan, a friend, or yun, mas merong mga bigger platform. So I think mas makaka-influence kayo na to continue this conversation because it's really, really a big issue, and it also very important yung matter talaga nito.
How do you see this ending? It's not enough that we talk about it. Someone, there's a follower here. Hakoboko is saying, do you think the way to go is to influence legislation to see this ending so that our voices really matter?
Yes, I agree. I agree with Jacob. Legislation. I think even if we continue to voice out on social media, even if we continue to go on protests, if the Senate, if the state, if the country itself, if the government doesn't take action, then, the citizen wouldn't, it feels like the citizens didn't do their job to have their voices be heard. And also the government didn't do their part as well to listen to their people. The government is there to provide for it, to provide for the community and society. And if they're not hearing us, then para saan yung mga protesta? Para saan yung mga social media? Why are we signing petitions if they're not listening? And it's not an easy battle. It's gonna, as I've said again, it's gonna take a while. But if we continue to push the government to do better, then they will be forced to do better because nakasalalay din yung
totoo.
Their life kind of depends on us.
As a leader naman, diba? As a leader, like, they need to take the action first. And then, yun, parang maiisip din natin na, naisip din pala tayo. So, I think we need to take action from it. Pahalagahan natin kung ano mang gusto nilang mga plano. So, and yun, may way din to abandon these updated views and yung listen to learn, and by foreseeing the future. What life do they want ahead to all of us, and what future they want to bring in their offsprings. Is it a world of chaos and misunderstanding, or a world of peace and harmony, diba? So in this, all should come by accordingly to what we do today, because children and the new learners, not the age, we are responsible to their growth. And if we uphold a better future, so yun, let's give them a better present as well.
Well said, April. Last
so yun,
question.
Parang hindi lang, iniisip natin yung sarili. Parang yung generation naman natin, di ba? Parang for us naman kasi nakakatakot din to our children soon na they will experience of what we've experienced. Parang yun, na baka lalaki silang may fear din, ganun.
Sana magkaroon ng generational shift, no? When it comes to discussing this issue, in the same way that there is a generational shift happening in the way we support gay marriages right now. Before, diba, it's a taboo topic. Ngayon, parang
normal na.
Parang there's some sense of normalcy. Kasi nga, LGBTQ community has been very active in stepping up its campaign in bringing awareness, spreading awareness about their causes, about their situation. So, kayo rin, no, do you think you also have the same hope for this issue to end? Na alam mo yun, magkaroon na rin tayo sa next generation, magkaroon na rin ng favorable view sa Black Lives Matter.
Kasi we really need to keep voicing out, and then to keep calling out people if they're saying doing something wrong. Because nothing's gonna change, nothing's gonna happen if we stay silent. You know, staying silent is being complicit to the oppressor. To the oppressor. So we have to keep voicing out, call out whatever is wrong, and we should keep fighting for what is right. And we can't just stop from here just because we think we've done our part. No, we continue fighting so that up until all of this is gone. Like for me, that's why I have a degree in early childhood education, and I wanted to teach children, because all of this all trickled down to from as a child. I mean, I experienced it firsthand, like bullying at 7 years old. Like, why is that? Because of your race. So it starts at school. It starts at home. If they don't have a healthy conversation about this issue at home, at least have it in school. At least the kids will have a better mindset, and will have an open, thinking about these things, and they'd be like, they can correct someone at home, be like, oh, you can't say that, my classmate will feel bad, and stuff like that. So, we live in a diverse society, and we need to learn to be accepting of that and just not limit ourselves of what we know.
So yun.
Preach!
Actually, may nasulat din ako kanina about that, na parang we're all spectators here. So we need to call it out, kasi if halimbawa ako, hindi ko kino-call out yung yung ginagawa mo na mali, it means I am also part of the pambubully or in any pa. So yun, parang we all share the responsibility as well. Parang ganun. So we really need to continue this conversation, and yun, educate yung mga taong hindi pa talaga alam, or yun, and educate ourselves din.
Well said,
Parang
April.
pasa-pasa lang sa mga generation.
Sana talaga dumating yung time na magkaroon tayo ng favorable view about this subject matter. Last question. There would be young people who are watching us right now, whose faces definitely can, if we can borrow from Zosie's winning answer reflect on yours? Whose faces are reflected on yours? What is your message to them?
So my message to everyone who is watching right now is to avoid putting yourself in a box where you're only limiting your capabilities in a certain level. Remember that each day is a lesson and learn from it to do better for your tomorrows to come. And taking risk is not the end because risking is now the real answer of what you really want. Let me share. I started my career not in a smooth way. In spite of my hard work and determination in life, I got a lot of rejections also. But that couldn't stop me from pushing my dreams. And that's the message that I want to share to each individual because only you can make your dreams come true. And at the end, beauty is not only measured of what you see. And true beauty is what inside your heart. And always remember that physical appearance is always changing. And it will never be constant. So yun. But the beauty of the heart will last for a lifetime. So just be yourself, be you, and do you. And yun.
April, ang gandang pang-opening statement yan.
Ay.
Konti.
I'll review this
No,
video.
I swear na, alam mo, hindi mo lang napapansin, maraming makaka-relate sa'yo eh. Alam mo naman sa opening statement, the more you relate to people, 'di ba? The more it will make you advance to the competition. So, maganda siya. Kasi you speak from the heart eh. You really speak from the heart. It's coming, it's something that has been in you for so long, tapos you're letting it all out. And we can all feel your sincerity when you talk about it. So, yeah, tweak mo lang ng konti. That's gonna be a good message for the open. Talaga tinuruan na kita.
Oo nga.
Ready na si Mars.
I love it. Thank you, Adam.
Diba? What about you? What about you, Nikita?
Well, my message would be keep fighting. If you want something, do it. Don't let your detractors bring you down. Instead, use your adversity to your advantage. For me, I used all my bad experiences as a motivation to do better in life, to achieve bigger and bigger dreams. If I achieve one thing, I don't stop there. I keep wanting more and more, and I keep challenging myself to become better and stronger. And, don't let other people's word hurt you or damage you. Even if you feel like the world is going against you, keep fighting with it. Just keep fighting, keep running. Do what you want to do. Embrace your authentic self. I've always struggled about, I may never go anywhere in life or because I look different. But then I went past it and was just like, you know what? If they tell me I can do it, it means I can do it. It's like they see something in you and they don't know how to handle it. And continue to believe in yourself. Because if you can't believe in yourself, no one ever will. So believe in yourself, stay true to who you are, and just like knock them dead. As I always say, I have this thing in my room. It says, be inspired, not expired.
Yun.
Thank you, Miss
Laban
USA
lang.
2021.
I wish.
Ano I wish? Hope pa! Pwede
Yes.
ka pa.
Ay, oo nga, no? Yes, hopefully, yes.
What
Of
wish?
course.
Hope. May chance pa.
I'm hoping, yes.
Parang the way you make it sound parang impossible na. There's always a fighting chance. Bilog ang mundo. Nikita.
Yes.
True.
Speaking of that, Nikita, someone's asking here, Randy Stefferson Reyes is asking, Binibining Pilipinas ba or Miss Universe Philippines? Or if citizenship hinders, are we going to see you in Miss USA?
Oh, yes, you will see me in Miss USA. Sorry. So I just have to explain this to everyone. The process of elimination in the States, and like pageantry wise, is very different. So I know in the Philippines you join Binibining Pilipinas or Miss Universe Philippines directly, like you screen for it. In the United States, what they do, because they have 50 different states to have equal chances for everyone, they have state pageants. That's why I'm joining Miss Hawaii USA. So you have to you have to join the state pageant first, win the state pageant, and then you can go to Miss USA. So hopefully, if I win Miss USA, I mean Miss Hawaii USA this year, yes. If I win this year, then I get to represent Hawaii and Miss USA. And you'll win Miss USA, and then when I'm there,
Yes.
I'll win Miss USA, and then I'll win Miss Universe. Yay!
Yay!
That's the goal. So it's a long process out here. Di tulad sa Pilipinas, I just have to join Miss Universe Philippines, and that's it.
Oo nga, ayaw mo kasi
I really want to, pero my citizenship hinders me so much. I'm so sad. I'm so mad. Malay mo magbago.
Kuha ka ng Filipino passport.
I'm trying talaga, pero maldita ang embassy sa akin. Maybe after this Facebook Live, it will change their mind. Mahiya naman sila. Panatang makabayan, iniibig ko ang Pilipinas, aking lupang sinilangan. Memorize ko pa nga, tapos hindi ako magkakaroon ng Filipino citizenship. Nakakaloka. I lived there for 18 years. I'm more Filipino than most Filipinos. Ano ba yan, embassy? Do better! Charot!
You're such a firecracker,
Nakakapagod
Nikita.
talaga ako. Nakakapagod ako kausap. Ang dami kong sinasabi.
On that note, thank you so much, girls. It has been an enlightening and insightful conversation. Wala akong masabi, but good luck to your future endeavors. Apriel, good luck. I know it's 4 months away pa from Miss Universe Philippines, but I hope you're gonna do all your best to win the title, because you really have so much potential. You really have so much potential.
Thank you.
Super talaga. Alam mo yon, ano na lang talaga konting tweaking pa, and then you're it. And to Nikita, I'm so glad to finally meet you. April and I are so blessed to finally
meet you.
Same.
I'm so glad I met you guys and we're doing this. I'm really happy. You don't know how much this means to me.
Sana, I hope your voices will be amplified, will be heard by so many people, so that we keep these types of conversations going. Which will probably allow our respective lawmakers to do something about it. Kasi it's about time. It's a generation, century-old problem. We may Juneteenth or the civil rights movement may have ended slavery, pero hindi natatapos doon. Hindi niya na wipe out or eradicate yung discrimination, yung racial discrimination totally. So it is our hope that, in the next generation to come, we will be making small baby steps or huge progress when it comes to dealing with this issue. Thank you guys so much. Wow, 2 hours tayong nag-usap. It's
wow, bongga. I love it.
Yeah, for a serious topic like this, wow, we managed to talk for 2 hours straight. Talagang we never got bored. But thank you so much for the.
And we had people talking too. I mean, like joining in the conversation or like commenting, reacting, which is good. Kasi talagang alam natin na there are people who are willing to learn. And
and then we learn from each other.
Exactly. So Nikita, it's getting late siguro na in your time zone there. It's already
10 o'clock.
Yeah, but it has been wonderful chatting with you. All right, guys, thank you so much.
I'm so happy.
This is Adam Henato, and it has been a wonderful. I had such a wonderful time doing this interview. I hope you guys learned something from us and enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe and hydrated. Bye. Thank you, guys.
Stay safe, everyone.
Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day.
Ayan na nga.
Andito pa tayo. Live pa ba tayo? Hindi. Oh my gosh, live pa tayo.
Oh my, live pa.
bloopers.
Wait, sandali. Live
So,
naman. Let me see on Facebook.
Yun o, gumagalaw pa yung time.
Gumagalaw pa nga yung time.
Oo. Sige na. Bye-bye. I'll add you on Facebook and Instagram.
Yes. Yes. Good luck sa imuhang Miss Universe, Dai. Lagi.
Salamat.
Puhon. Good luck,
Amping
ha?
diha.
Ikaw, Sad. Mayang gabi. Welcome to my show, Nikita McElroy. Charot. Oh my God, I'm still here. Paano ba to? Oh my gosh. Help me. How do I end this thing? Again, guys, bye. Thank you for watching.